Hi, thank you so much for your interest in helping me share the word about what's happening to U.S. preservation. My name is Jessica Wobig. I'm an architectural historian who's worked for nearly 2 decades throughout the U.S. and around the globe. One would think, as we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the founding of the U.S., that we'd also be able to embrace and be excited about our history, especially when we're also celebrating the 60th year of the National Historic Preservation Act. That, however, is being jeopardized by the very institution that has been established to set the tone of preservation in the U.S. That's the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation. Now that we have lawsuits against the Trump administration for tearing down the East Wing, for proposed painting of granite on the Eisenhower Executive Office building in Washington, as well as lawsuits regarding changes in the way business is being done with tribal consultation, the Advisory Council wants to cut this Section 106 down, kick out any consultation as a requirement. So that means no more state historic preservation officers involved in the process, no more tribes involved in the process, and most importantly, they don't want the public involved in the process. That means if you live in a beautiful historic district, you've poured your heart and soul into continuing to care for your 100-plus-year-old home, your neighbors care, but next door there's a vacant lot that can be consolidated and something like a data center can be built there, it's going to be built there unless there's state and local laws. On top of that, things like traditional cultural properties will no longer be considered a historic property. We've largely been targeting preservation because many of our projects have been led with dignity. We've embraced diversity, equity, and inclusion as a standard for how we do business, and it has made us a sitting duck. You can start to see the value in environmental regulation because it's about preserving and caring for the things that we all find value in. The National Trust for Historic Preservation is having a free an open webinar on July 30th so you can learn more about what you can do to share and support preservation into the next century. I hope you take action, and I hope you speak to at least one other person about the value of historic preservation and the good work that we do